the Supreme Court, the knowledgeable nine, El Grande Justivo. Robes, robes, robes. Yesterday, America dropped down on one knee and proposed oral arguments that could settle the question of marriage equality for gay people.
The court will answer two questions. Can states refuse to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples? And can they decline to recognize same-sex marriages that were legally granted somewhere else?
And can the court answer those while traveling the world? That's right, the Supreme Court is hearing those cases while participating in this year's Amazing Race. She seems perfectly comfortable on a zip line. Of course, an issue this important was bound to draw a crowd making their final arguments. The pro-gay marriage camp went with, how can a just God not allow two men this into beard care to not be together? While the anti-gay marriage crowd went with, why don't we summon the ancient Hebrews and see what they think? By the way, yes, that is a shofar. And yes, the anti-gay man is blowing it. But it wouldn't... Tiki-ya! Irony! All right. But it wouldn't be up to those outside the court.
This will, in all likelihood, come down to Justice Kennedy.
Kennedy. The only justice anyone ever cares about is Kennedy. He's the Marcia to the Supreme Court's 8 Jans. But Tuesday's session was mainly a forum for gay marriage opponents to air their best and final arguments, which we look at in tonight's segment. He got nothing. So-called because opponents of gay marriage got nothing. And they tried everything, starting with the good old classic slippery slope.
Suppose we rule in your favor in this case, and then after that, a group consisting of 2 men and 2 women apply for a marriage license. Would there be any ground for denying them a license?
Why should gay people have to account for anyone who's ever going to want to get married after they get the right to marry? When women fought for suffrage, no one was like, well, what if one day a dog wants to vote? How about that, ladies? Because next thing you know, we're hearing the state of our union is, oh? By the way, I like that the speaker is a cat. I don't know why that is. So that was one dumb argument, but hardly the only one.
If you prevail here, there will be no more debate. I mean, closing the debate can close minds, and it will have a consequence on how this new institution is accepted. People feel very differently about something if they have a chance to vote on it than if it's imposed on them by the courts.
Sure, no, that makes sense. If you don't impose gay marriage, folks like this will be more open-minded to evolving their position. Yeah, there you go. See, there. Yeah. But the point was clear. This case threatens not just marriage, but our very democracy.
When you enact social change of this magnitude through the federal courts, that's not the way that our democratic process is supposed to work, and there are long-term harms to our country and to that fundamental liberty interest to govern ourselves.
First of all, let me just say I love your lawyer costume. Secondly, it takes balls for a young guy to walk into the Supreme Court and go, I know you guys think Marbury versus Madison gives you the right to decide the constitutional questions, but I say we're a direct democracy. Now, which one of you pricks is going to buy me booze? I'm 19. But here's the thing. We have both a fundamental liberty to govern and a court empowered to stop us from abusing that liberty to take other people's liberty. That's how the system works. And if you don't agree with the court's decision, well, then you just got to suck it up, sometimes for years, with horrible consequences. So enough with the democracy. Enough. Can a brother get a lame appeal to history argument up in here?
Every definition that I looked up prior to about a dozen years ago defined marriage as unity between a man and a woman as husband and wife. Obviously, if you succeed, that core definition will no longer be operable. You're not seeking to join the institution. You're seeking to change what the institution is.
The institution of marriage has almost never not been changing. Before the last century, marriage wasn't one man and one woman. It was one man and his new piece of vagina property. change can be good. But the anti-gay cray-cray probably peaked with this discussion about the point of marriage itself.
If you're changing the meaning of marriage from one where it's based on that biological bond to one where it's based on emotional commitment, then adults could think, rightly, that this relationship is more about the adults and not about the kids.
Whoa! Gay marriage isn't about kids? Have you ever been to Park Slope? Oh, look. The Elizabeths have the new Dyson Up-A-Baby XL hover carriage. That won't be hard to climb over to get into beans and such. But all right, let's play this out.
Suppose that there's a state with a very procreation-centered view of marriage of the kind that you're talking about. So when people come in and ask for a marriage license, they just ask a simple question: do you want children? And if the answer is no, the state says no marriage license for you. Would that be constitutional?
Oh, snap. That was very rabbinical. Somewhat obtuse. Anyone want to take a more practical swing at this?
Suppose a couple, a 70-year-old couple, comes in and they want it.
And this 70-year-old couple, no matter how much they're alive, in the sit-down shower, on that electric stair chair, then over the mahjong table, they're not having kids. Is theirs not a constitutionally worthy fest-filled love as well? But fair question. What if a couple of 70-year-olds want to get married, counselor? If marriage is for having kids, why should that be allowed? And when answering, try to step as hard and deep into a pile of dog as possible.
Well, a 70-year-old man obviously is still capable of having children, and you'd like to keep that within the marriage.
You know, I actually think you'd have been better off answering, spinning the bow tie, throwing a smoke bomb, and getting the out of the room. Bottom line is this. If oral arguments have any impact on the final result, June's going to be a nice time for a gay wedding.